Week 2 of the 2021 NFL season is here in our Madden 22 franchise with the Philadelphia Eagles. For the first time this season, the Eagles have the luxury of playing at home here at the Link in front of their own fans. Last week, the Eagles suffered a heartbreaking loss in Atlanta, 37-31 in overtime. It was a really exciting game. The Eagles were down by 14 going into the fourth quarter, but Jalen Hurts orchestrated two phenomenal drives, and unfortunately, the Eagles were unable to win the game in overtime. The San Francisco 49ers, today's opponent, did win their first game of the year. They beat the Detroit Lions 24-10, led by 3 passing touchdowns from Jimmy Garoppolo, who did beat out top draft pick Trey Lance in the team's QB battle during the preseason. We have a breakout opportunity here for defensive end Derek Barnett. Pretty much we need to stop the Niners from getting 100 rushing yards, or Barnett needs to get a sack, a fumble force, or a tackle for loss. So we only need one of those things to happen, which is pretty likely. This is a big opportunity for Barnett, who has a lot to prove. He's on the final year of his contract, and if he could go up in dev trait, that'd be a big deal. Looking at the game plan, I wanted to focus on stopping the outside run because Raheem Mostert is a big play waiting to happen. I know they have George Kittle, but I didn't really want to game plan against the pass because their pass game really doesn't threaten me. Brandon Ayuk is out, and really their only talented receiver other than Kittle is Deebo Samuel. Plus, they have Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. For the offensive game plan, I wanted to focus on the inside run. I know that's not overly flashy, but I want us to assert ourselves as the more dominant and physical team up front. The Niners do have a stout defensive line headlined by Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead, so I think if we can out-physical them early, that'd be a big deal. Although I didn't choose this for the game plan, I do also want to focus on the deep passing game. I want the offense to stretch down the field more vertically. So he did get some in-practice injuries. Linebackers Eric Wilson and Davion Taylor, along with Derek Barnett. So now he won't get to complete his breakout challenge because he got hurt during practice this week, which is unfortunate. I do plan on keeping practice injuries on because I do think that is a realistic element of football, and I'm happy that's in the game. But it is unfortunate that it happened to Derek Barnett this week, who had an opportunity to push his dev trait up. So let's get this one underway. Niners and Eagles here in Week 2. Philadelphia trying to get their first win of the season. I liked what I saw in Week 1 from Jalen Hurts. He did have a few bad plays, but let's see if the Eagles can set the tone offensively as they do start with the ball first in today's game. First play from scrimmage, Hurts will hand it off of a rookie, Kenneth Gainwell, who is summoned to the ground for a loss of a yard by the linebacker, Fred Warner. Warner is one of the best and most underrated players in the NFL. The Eagles' offense is going to have their hands full today dealing with him. Third down, Hurts hit as he throws, and he somehow gets the first down. Really nice play by Jalen Reagor to track the ball. Even though Hurts' throw was offline, Reagor was able to get to it to keep the drive going. 3rd and 5 now, Hurts going to look to throw it again. He gets it back to Jalen Reagor, who gets another first down. Jalen Reagor was pretty quiet last week in the Week 1 game against Atlanta, so it's good to see him making an early impact here today. 3rd and 10, Hurts going to go back for Reagor. This time he will not convert, wrapped up by Fred Warner. So it's 4th and 4 at the 42. You're not in field goal range, but you're also not in punt range, but you're close enough to the first down marker. So head coach Champ Britton and the Eagles are going to make the gutsy decision to go for it. Hurts will look to throw, and it's a short pass for Fulgham, who was past the first down marker, but he fell backwards. And the Niners technically get the stop. Just a really bad play by Travis Fulgham. I think he was trying to play it safe and just go down, but he went down behind the first down marker. So it'll be a turnover on downs, and Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners will now take the field. 2nd and 2, it's a handoff for Raheem Mostert, who gets the first down and is lit up by Anthony Harris. Those are the types of plays that the Eagles are worried about today. Raheem Mostert isn't necessarily the most consistent bell cow back, but he's a guy who can make a lot of big plays with his speed and quickness. 2nd and 10, George Kittle shrugs off Steven Nelson and is pushed out by Anthony Harris. George Kittle might be the most talented tight end in the NFL. Him or Kelsey, he could really go either way. So it's going to be challenging for this Eagles defense. First down, there's Deebo Samuel, who brings it inside the 10. With Brandon Ayuk out for today's game, the 49ers' real only wide receiving threat is Deebo Samuel, so he's going to have a big game today. 3rd and goal, Garoppolo is sacked. Fletcher Cox came into the backfield very quickly to make the play. Cox with his first of many sacks on the season. So the Niners' goal line offense is unable to punch it in. Good work by the Eagles defense, particularly the all-pro Fletcher Cox, who got into the backfield within 2.5 seconds. And the Niners are going to be forced to kick a field goal. Robbie Gould, it's a chip shot from 23. It is good. So the San Francisco 49ers will strike first, and they will take a 3-0 lead. The Eagles get the ball back. Their offense was looking good on the last drive, but they failed a 4th down conversion. Let's see what they can do here. As there's Goddard, he loses the ball, and it's picked up by Nick Bosa. That was Fred Warner who forced it. Warner has been all over the field today so far in this first quarter. A really bad break there for the Eagles, but the booth is going to review it. Let's take a closer look. And he was definitely down by contact. That left knee was down before the ball came out. So the play is going to be reversed. A massive break for the Eagles. And not only do they keep the ball, but it's also a 1st down. A couple plays later, here's Greg Ward. He gets it past the 40. And the Eagles offense really appears to be finding a groove. Jalen Hurts has been pretty efficient so far. He is 7 for 9. And now with 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter, it's 2nd down. Hurts with a deep shot for the end zone. It is caught. The rookie, Devontae Smith, with the touchdown. And the Philadelphia Eagles will take the lead before the quarter comes to a close. The game plan entering today's game was to stretch the field vertically. Hurts and Smith showing it there on that play. Devontae Smith with his 2nd NFL touchdown in his 2nd NFL game. And the Eagles currently on top here through 1. 7-3 is your score. On to quarter number 2. San Francisco with the ball. We'll see if their offense can add some more points as Raheem Mostert is stuffed down in the backfield for a loss of a yard by Brandon Graham. The Niners' rushing attack has not really gotten a whole lot going. Raheem Mostert has been quiet. Trey Sermon, I don't think, has even touched the ball yet. And it is now 3rd and 9. Jimmy G looking to throw it. He's going to get it to an open Mostert. Bad coverage by Alex Singleton. And that'll be a 1st and more for Mostert in the air as he gets around 17 yards. And the 49ers will keep the drive going. 3rd and 7 now from the 38. Garoppolo up the middle for a wide open George Kittle. That's an awfully bold strategy by the Eagles to choose to have nobody cover George Kittle. And shocker, that backfired. 3rd and 7 now from the 28. Garoppolo under pressure. Fletcher Cox had a hand in his face, and Jimmy G is forced to pretty much throw it away. So again, the Niners look like they're going to tack on points, but they are unable to find the end zone. 45-yard field goal attempt for Robbie Gould. The kick is good. So San Francisco does get some points, but if you're the Eagles defense, you have to be feeling pretty good so far with stopping them twice from finding the end zone. 3rd and 8. Jalen Hurts going to try to run for the first. Did he get it? They will give it to him. That was awfully close, but a great play on the ground by Jalen Hurts fighting for extra yards, and that'll keep the drive going for the Eagles offense, now with around 4.5 to go in the first half. 3rd and 1. Hurts joined by Gainwell again in the backfield. Kenneth Gainwell gets the handoff. Gainwell with a nice cut, gets it to around the 50. And I've been really impressed with the rookie Kenneth Gainwell. How he fell into the 5th round, I have no idea. I think he's a day 2 talent, and so far he's been really impressive. Handoff now for Miles Sanders, who gets the 1st down. Sanders was very impressive in the Week 1 loss against Atlanta. He's been a little bit quieter today, but that's not to say he's been bad. He just hasn't really made as many big plays. From the 34, Hurts going to look to throw it, and he will connect again with the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith, who brings it to the 16-yard line. Smith has had a pretty nice first half. He's looked real good. The Eagles are back in the red zone. 1st down, Hurts trying to find it to an open Devontae Smith. Nice pass, but he was unable to drag both feet in bounds. That was awfully close, but Smith was unable to make the play. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. 7-6 your score. 3rd and 6 from the 11. Hurts' pass for Goddard is offline. So the Eagles in the red zone are only going to be able to kick a field goal. Jake Elliott, Mr. Automatic, will connect from 28. Elliott has not yet missed a kick this season in the preseason or regular season. So the Eagles extend their lead as it is now 10-6. San Francisco has it with plenty of time and an opportunity to possibly take the lead before halftime. Jimmy Garoppolo gonna take a shot deep. One-on-one coverage. It's hauled in by Deebo Samuel, who is off to the races for a 75-yard touchdown. And the Niners will take the lead. Are we sure that's not Trey Lance wearing a Jimmy Garoppolo jersey? Because Jimmy G does not make those types of passes. Eagles with it back. Nice pass for Devontae Smith, who gets the first down. Eagles call timeout number 1. Now from the 35, Hurts looking to throw it. Going to scramble to the right side. Hurts is going to try to run with it, and he will slide out of bounds at the 47, but not before gaining 12. Jalen Hurts had 63 rushing yards and a touchdown on the ground last week. He's been a little bit quieter today with his legs, but they have still made a few nice plays. Sanders on the screen, spins by a defender. He gets around 12, and the Eagles are keeping the chains moving, but that clock keeps ticking. Devontae Smith gets about 9 or 10. Eagles call timeout number 2. They're now down to 1, and about 30 seconds left here in the first half. 2nd and 1, Hurts and Miles Sanders in the backfield. Jalen Hurts connects with Jalen Reagor, who gets around 20, and the Eagles call their 3rd and final timeout. So now that they're out of timeouts, they have to play the clock smartly, and they need to make sure they at least get any form of points before the end of the half. 3rd and 10, Hurts looking for the end zone, and it deflects off of Fred Warner's helmet. So even though the Eagles didn't get the touchdown, you really can't be too upset with that possession because they were out of timeouts there at the end, and they managed the clock about as well as they could, as Jake Elliott will make the kick, and the Eagles will tie it up at 13, and that will do it for the first half. It's been a really fun game of football so far, back and forth for the most part. The Eagles have had nearly double the amount of offensive snaps as San Francisco, so Philly is dominating time of possession, but they're not really dominating the scoreboard. Let's take a look at a few games around the league as we take a look at an NFC East battle on Thursday night. The Giants ended up defeating the Washington football team, so through week 2, no matter what happens, the Giants will be in first place of the division. Justin Fields and the Bears are currently up 10-0 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams 1-0, trying to get their 2nd win of the season. And then an AFC East clash between the Pats and the Jets. Zach Wilson and New York currently up 10-7. I see the Jets have brought back Le'Veon Bell too, like that would ever happen. So going into the second half, offensively the game plan is to run the ball inside more. I think the run game has been a little bit lackluster today. And then defensively, you got to stop the deep ball. I don't think we were expecting to see Jimmy Garoppolo launching 50-yard bombs, but here we are. So on to the second half. Niners starting with the football. Raheem Mostert with the first down. Got hit very hard on the play by Rodney McLeod, but still a nice gain for Mostert, who had a pretty lackluster first half, trying to pick it up in half number 2. 2nd and 7, Jimmy G gets it to George Kittle, who was pounded by Anthony Harris. These Eagle defensive backs are laying down the boom so far here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 2, Garoppolo back to Kittle, gets the first down, wrapped up once more by Anthony Harris. Not a lot of flashy plays on this drive, but the Niners are moving it pretty nicely. 2nd and 10, Garoppolo is intercepted by Kayvon Wallace. Wallace gonna take it the distance, nothing but green grass ahead. A pick 6 for the Eagles, and they will take the lead. What a huge play by Kayvon Wallace, who had a pretty good game last week against Atlanta, and now gets probably the best defensive play of the season. That wasn't even a bad throw by Garoppolo. Kittle was wide open, but Kayvon Wallace jumped the route perfectly. He took the ball out of Kittle's hands. So rather than that being a bad throw, that's just an unbelievably good defensive play. And the Eagles now find themselves up by a touchdown. Niners need to get some momentum back on track, as on 3rd down, Trey Sermon gets the first down. San Francisco needed that. I know it's a small gain, but they really need anything to go their way on the offensive side of the field. Following play, it's going to go back to Sermon. He makes a nice move, gets out of trouble, and loses the football. And it's picked up by Jannard Avery. What has happened here in the past 2 minutes? The Niners have turned the ball over twice. So Sermon made a really nice play to get out of contact, but then he got hit really hard. It was kind of hard to tell who forced the fumble, but as you get a closer look, big number 55, Brandon Graham, laid the boom on Sermon. Eagles get the ball. The play would not be challenged, so Philadelphia has possession. Nice run by Kenneth Gainwell to the outside, continuing his impressive game. 4 carries, 29 yards. Has also done some damage in the receiving game as well. 2nd and 5. Hurts looking to throw it, and he is intercepted by K'Wan Williams. It has been pure chaos here in the 3rd quarter, so San Francisco will now get the ball back. Devontae Smith was the intended target, but Williams jumped the route perfectly, so already 3 turnovers combined here in the 3rd quarter. Niners with it, 3rd and 8. Garoppolo, another deep shot for Deebo Samuel on the money. He burned Steven Nelson again, and we are now tied at 20. What has happened here in the 3rd quarter? It has been total pandemonium the past few minutes. So San Francisco ties it up. Steven Nelson has gotten burnt like chicken today. And the Eagles have it back, tied at 20. 2nd and inches. It's a jet sweep for Devontae Smith, who makes a nice spin, gaining around 7 yards. The Eagles still, as you can tell, have a decent amount of momentum according to the momentum bar, but this really feels like anyone's game right now. Kenneth Gainwell on the reception will fight his way for a 1st down, wrapped up by Jimmy Ward. Eagles now on the opposing side of the field at the 37, under a minute to go in the 3rd. Hurts looking to throw it. He will connect with Greg Ward. Ward inside the 20 to the 15, and the Eagles are now in the red zone. They saw San Francisco tie the game up, and it's clear that Philly wants their lead back. 3 quarters in the books. That 3rd quarter was absolutely nuts, but it is tied at 20. Really still anybody's ball game as we go to the 4th. Eagles have it on the goal line, trying to take the lead. 1st and goal. It's Kerryon Johnson showboating. Gets pounded by Fred Warner, but it doesn't matter. That'll be a touchdown. When in doubt, keep calm and carry on. And the Eagles will take the lead right back. Nice to see Kerryon Johnson making a play as San Francisco gets the football back. From the 22, Garoppolo under pressure. He is sacked by Alex Singleton. It's been a pretty quiet game for Singleton. Would have liked to have seen him step up with no Eric Wilson and no Davion Taylor. He has not done much before that play, so it is good to see him doing something productive. 2nd and 19. That's going to be a late flag. Kittle gets around 15 yards, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be a roughing the passer against Fletcher Cox. You just can't do that. Cox made a nice play to get into the backfield, but certainly a late hit there on Jimmy Garoppolo. So that'll be an automatic 1st down, 15 yards plus from where the play ended, and the Niners now have it at the 44. 3rd and 10, Garoppolo looking to throw, and under more pressure, he gets to the Kittle. Kittle makes a cut inside the 20, breaking tackles, finally brought down to the 16-yard line by TJ Edwards. A great play from George Kittle, who's had a really big second half, and the Eagles have had a lot of trouble with him. 1st down now, Deebo Samuel nearly gets his 3rd touchdown of the game, wrapped up inside the 5 by Fletcher Cox. Other than the roughing the passer call just now, Cox has had, unsurprisingly, a really good game. 1st and goal, it's going to be Charlie Warner, of all people, with the touchdown. Maybe not the guy you would expect to make the grab, but San Francisco ties it up at 27. Just like week 1, this game looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Jalen Hurts loses 3 on the carry, wrapped up by Javon Kinlaw, and the Eagles now find themselves in a hole. It's 3rd and 12. Very big play here. Hurts going to look to throw it, tries to get it to Devontae Smith, but it's broken up by Fred Warner. Isaac Seumalo is hurt on the play. Luckily, it's not a serious injury. He should return to the game pretty soon. So San Francisco gets it back. They can take the lead here with under 7 minutes left to go in regulation as George Kittle makes a nice play. The Niners are pretty much in field goal range at the 34. Keep in mind, they do have one of the better kickers in the NFL in Robbie Gould. Very next play, Garoppolo looking to throw it. Goes back up the middle for George Kittle, who is on fire right now. The Eagles are still just not covering Kittle well at all. Some of these plays he's left uncovered, for Christ's sake. 3rd and 6 now. Garoppolo, it's going to be a dump off for Trey Sermon. He does not get the 1st down. Good tackle by Alex Singleton, only a gain of 3. So the Eagles do get a stop, and the field goal unit will come out for San Francisco. Robbie Gould, 2 for 2 today, going to make it 3 for 3, and the 49ers are now up by 3 with about 4 minutes to go, and they have all of the momentum at the moment. So now it's a big opportunity here for Jalen Hurts. Hurts led 2 awesome drives in the 4th quarter last week. Can he lead another one to possibly win the game? 2nd and 4, Hurts down the field for a wide open Dallas Goedert, who brings it to the 37. Time is definitely not an issue right now for the Eagles, and honestly, they might try to chew some clock just so San Francisco doesn't get the ball back. 3rd and 1. Miles Sanders barely gets the first down, but he does. That'll keep the drive moving, and that'll keep the clock ticking. 3rd and 2 now, 2:16 to go. Handoff for Kenneth Gainwell up the middle. He gets the first down inside the 15 to the 12. Gainwell continuing his breakout performance, really shining today as we now reach the 2-minute warning. San Francisco up 30-27, but the Eagles are in the red zone at the 12, trying to take the lead. First down, back to Miles Sanders. He gets around 9, and the Eagles are going to keep chewing this clock. They do not want San Francisco to get the ball. 3rd and 2 with about 40 seconds to go. Miles Sanders with the handoff. He does get the first down now at the 2. The Eagles still have all 3 timeouts, so clock really is not a worry for them. 1st and goal, under 20 to go. Philly still taking their time. Hurts gonna look to throw it. Scrambling to the right side. He connects with Miles Sanders for a touchdown. And the Eagles will take the lead with 10 seconds to go. What a drive from Jalen Hurts and company. Phenomenal clock management there by the Eagles, recognizing that they can really take some time off. And rather than giving San Francisco enough time to drive down the field, the Niners' only hope is a Hail Mary. They do have all 3 timeouts, so they could try for a quick pass to get closer and then go for the Hail Mary. Garoppolo heaves up a prayer. I never knew his arm was this strong. I don't know how it reached that far. The pass is incomplete, however, and the ball game is over. The Philadelphia Eagles will take it. 34-30, a nail-biter going down to the final seconds. But the Eagles get their first win of the 2021 season and will improve to a record of 1-1. The 49ers will go down to 1-1 as well. Obviously, these sliders are definitely still a work in progress. They're far from done. But I will say, these first 2 games have been a lot of fun. Both very exciting. Now, not every game in this series is going to be down to the wire, although that would be pretty cool. But I'm still working on the sliders, but for the most part, I do like where they are. Our pass defense has been atrocious through 2 games. We really let Jimmy Garoppolo do that. Yeah. Jalen Hurts was pretty good, 21-35, 260, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He played pretty well once again. Miles Sanders was not as good as he was in week 1, but he still had a good game, scored the game-winning touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell impressed me. The run defense was great. Raheem Mostert and Trey Sermon were both really quiet. We need to figure out how to cover George Kittle because that was pretty embarrassing. Deebo Samuel also had 2 ridiculously long touchdowns. Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Reagor lead the receiving for the Eagles here in this one. And then the defenses for both teams were, for the most part, pretty bad. We did have 2 sacks, 1 for Cox, 1 for Singleton. The Niners did not get to the QB once. Our offensive line today was top-notch. 1 interception for both sides. Kayvon Williams had 1 for San Francisco, and Kayvon Wallace had 1 for us. Brandon Graham had that nice forced fumble, which was, of course, picked up by Jannard Avery. So look at this. Derek Barnett's breakout challenge was successful. Now, you're probably confused, but if you remember, one of the objectives was to keep the Niners under 100 rushing yards, and we did. So even without playing a single snap, Derek Barnett successfully completes the breakout challenge and now moves up to star development. Not to mention, he also gets 10,000 XP, which I believe ended up giving him over 2 new skill points. I don't think I've ever had a breakout challenge where the player did not play in the game and they still successfully completed it. So that brings us to week 3 here, a primetime game against the 0-2 Dallas Cowboys, excuse me. The Scouting College Players tab is now open. I have started construction of the draft class today, and I am pretty excited to eventually show you guys that within the coming weeks. Dallas is 0-2. They've allowed 87 points so far. Now, this offense is really dangerous. You thought our pass defense was bad today against Jimmy Garoppolo? Well, good luck against Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and of course, Ezekiel Elliott carrying the rock. I am very concerned for our defense, particularly the pass defense, but Dallas's defense is even worse than ours, so I'm fully expecting that game to be a total shootout, but hey, maybe both defenses will surprise me. So that'll end today's episode. Great to see the Eagles getting on the win column. Next episode will be Week 3, primetime football, first divisional game of the season against the 0-2 Cowboys. Should be fun. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Peace out.